The person who deserves most pity is a lonesome one on a rainy day who doesn't know how to read. Remember not only to say the right thing in the right place, but far more difficult still, to leave unsaid the wrong thing at the tempting moment. Be at war with your vices, at peace with your neighbors, and let every new year find you a better man. 'Tis a great confidence in a friend to tell him your faults, greater to tell him his. If all printers were determined not to print anything till they were sure it would offend nobody, there would be very little printed. An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. The Constitution only guarantees the American people the right to pursue happiness. You have to catch it yourself. It is the first responsibility of every citizen to question authority. Lost time is never found again. Instead of cursing the darkness, light a candle. Being ignorant is not so much a shame as being unwilling to learn. Well done is better than well said. Hide not your talents, they for use were made. What's a sundial in the shade? How many observe Christ's birthday? How few his precepts? Those who surrender freedom for security will not have, nor do they deserve either one. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. Beer is proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. I didn't fail the test, I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. We are all born ignorant, but one must work hard to remain stupid. Never ruin an apology with an excuse. Fear not death, for the sooner we die, the longer we shall be immortal. Many people die at 25 and are buried until they are 75. You may delay, but time will not. In wine there is wisdom, in beer there is freedom, in water there is bacteria. A penny saved is a penny earned. He that can have patience can have what he will. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. They who can give up essential liberty to obtain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. 3 may keep a secret, if 2 of them are dead. Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. There will be sleeping enough in the grave. Reading makes a full man, meditation a profound man, discourse a clear man. You will find the key to success under the alarm clock. All the little money that ever came into my hands was ever laid out in books. How few there are who have courage enough to own their faults, or resolution enough to mend them. Genius without education is like silver in the mine. For the best return on your money, pour your purse into your head. There are 3 things extremely hard: steel, a diamond, and to know oneself. No one cares what you know until they know that you care. Beware of little expenses, a small leak will sink a great ship. A good example is the best sermon. He who can have patience can have what he will. Words may show a man's wit, actions his meaning. He that lieth down with dogs, shall rise up with fleas. Fools make feasts and wise men eat them. Fish and visitors smell in 3 days. Eat to live, don't live to eat. Those things that hurt, instruct. The only thing that is more expensive than education is ignorance. It takes many good deeds to build a good reputation, and only one bad one to lose it. A brother may not be a friend, but a friend will always be a brother. To be humble to superiors is a duty, to equals courtesy, to inferiors nobleness. Most people die at 25 and are buried until they're 75. All mankind is divided into 3 classes: those that are immovable, those that are movable, and those that move. If you would not be forgotten, as soon as you are dead and rotten, either write things worth reading, or do things worth writing. The way to see by faith is to shut the eye of reason. Security without liberty is called prison. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Contentment makes poor men rich, discontent makes rich men poor. Never leave till tomorrow that which you can do today. When the well is dry, we know the worth of water. A house is not a home unless it contains food and fire for the mind as well as the body. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. We do not stop playing because we grow old, we grow old because we stop playing. Work as if you were to live 1,000 years, play as if you were to die tomorrow. Speak ill of no man, but speak all the good you know of everybody. Be civil to all, sociable to many, familiar with few, friend to one, enemy to none. While we may not be able to control all that happens to us, we can control what happens inside us. When the people find that they can vote themselves money that will herald the end of the republic. Who is wise? He that learns from everyone. Who is powerful? He that governs his passions. Who is rich? He that is content. Who is that? Nobody. If a man could have half of his wishes, he would double his troubles. Believe none of what you hear, and only half of what you see. Happiness depends more on the inward disposition of mind than on outward circumstances. Keep your eyes wide open before marriage, half shut afterwards. Life's biggest tragedy is that we get old too soon and wise too late. Whoever would overthrow the liberty of a nation must begin by subduing the freeness of speech. Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. In the affairs of this world men are saved, not by faith, but by the lack of it. If Jack's in love, he's no judge of Jill's beauty. We must all hang together, or assuredly we shall all hang separately. To find out a girl's faults, praise her to her girlfriends, but in this world nothing can be said to be certain, except death and taxes. Trouble knocked at the door, but, hearing laughter, hurried away. When you're testing to see how deep water is, never use 2 feet. A slip of the foot you may soon recover, but a slip of the tongue you may never get over. When you are finished changing, you're finished. Be slow in choosing a friend, slower in changing. The heart of a fool is in his mouth, but the mouth of a wise man is in his heart. Whatever is begun in anger, ends in shame. Do not anticipate trouble, or worry about what may never happen. Keep in the sunlight. He that is good for making excuses is seldom good for anything else. Never confuse motion with action. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. There was never a bad peace or a good war. Dost thou love life? Then do not squander time, for that's the stuff life is made of. Many a man thinks he is buying pleasure, when he is really selling himself to it. One today is worth 2 tomorrows. You can do anything you set your mind to. Women are books, and men the readers be.